Welcome, friends. When this video is released on November 15th, in just a few days, we will actually be with our son in the western part of Florida for his wedding. And he and his beautiful bride, Katie, are getting married. So this is our younger son, Shane, and we're super excited about the day. And they are an extremely compatible match for one another. So we were talking about them and the wedding and really excited for it. And it brought up the idea of weddings and relationships. So we'd like to talk today about relationships. And relationships can't be talked about in a few moments, and we realize that. They take a lifetime. They take a lifetime of love and putting your mind to work and your heart to work to show up the best that you can be. And that's our title for this talk. I give the best of me. I give the best of me. And that, I think, is what we were talking about, that we wish for them in their relationship, is that for the rest of their life, they will be able to say to one another, I give you the best of me. And so that is true not just in our significant other relationships, but also in all of our relationships that are extremely meaningful to us. We want to bring the best of ourselves to the relationship. And that means taking a deep look within at who we are and how we show up, what our shortfalls are, and when we're missing the mark. Because sometimes giving the best of me to you might mean I fall a little short of the mark that I would have liked to have met, or that after the fact I realized that I wasn't quite as loving, as kind, as patient, as gentle, as understanding, as honest, as what else, honey? We got a big long list of ideas. Yes, patience. There's just a big long list, and I will bet that each of you watching is putting your own word in the list. Your own word of areas that you are working to develop more fully in yourself so that you are showing up, and I am showing up, as godly as we possibly can in our relationships. So to each of you and to our children, I give you the best of me. Even when sometimes that means that I fall short of the mark. And giving the best of me means that I listen and I try to learn anew. That when we're in a relationship, that we are willing to forgive, and that's a big one. Willing to forgive, and forgive means to let go. To let go, not use words and actions and history against one another. To give the best of me also means that I forgive myself when I fall short of the mark, and that I say I'm sorry. David, you were just recently talking about how in the movie Love Means Never having to say I'm sorry, your mom didn't think it was a good idea for you to go to that movie. And so we talked about that for a while, because those are some pretty valuable words. I'm sorry. Sometimes those are the only words someone needs to hear from us, and in order to just get over and get beyond an event, an experience that's occurred in a relationship. So there are many ideas about how we can live a godly life, live a life that is well principled and that's in alignment with peace and harmony and balance for all people.
I believe relationships are the greatest gift we have in this human experience. And I say human experience because in a human experience we interact with other things and see our individualization and the intermingling with each other. And so it's a tremendous blessing and a gift for us, and it's a great opportunity for us to learn more about ourselves. I believe relationships are one of our greatest resources for personal growth, because it allows us to express ourselves and then see that expression returned back to us. We have a lot of relationships in life with ourselves. I mean, even between ourselves. I have a relationship with myself in terms of how I think about myself and how I judge my character and how things I do. I have close relationships, and I believe one of the greatest sources of me learning through relationship is Deborah, and I believe she's the one who taught me that, actually. So I'm sure she agrees with me. But we have relationships with, I mean, you're just walking down the street and somebody drives by, you have a relationship with that person even for a fleeting moment. We have relationships with nature, we have relationships with God, we have relationships in a lot of many forms. What's most important in terms of relationship, if you want to learn from it and get the most out of it, is to devote yourself completely to it and devote the best you have to that relationship, no matter which relationship it is, particularly in a significant other relationship, because you can really see yourself mirrored back. And you can see your good things, and you can also see all those mistakes echoed back to you. And I'm not saying that in a derogatory way. I'm just saying it actually is a blessing. And sometimes you see a glint in the eye, or you see a smirk, or you see a shift of the head or something. You realize, oh, I said something really powerful, or I stepped on a toe or something. And it's an opportunity to learn about yourself and your expressive abilities, and it's also an opportunity to look within and find better ways to show up in the world. And the more you devote yourself completely to that task, the more you're going to get out of it, obviously. The more you invest into it, the more you'll get out of it.
Yes, so the others that we look at are a mirror into our own vision of who we are. So what I see in you, I know about me. And that is a really beautiful saying to share with people that you love. What I know about me that I see in you is, and then you complete the fill in the blank there. So relationships are powerful, and so if any of our other children are also watching this at some point, we want you to know too that we give you the best of ourselves that we can, that we know how in that time, that frame period of experience. And it's all about love. God is love, and each one of us is an individual expression of that love. And it is for each one of us to look in the mirror, the eyes of those around us, to see our love reflected back to us, through us, as us, and to share words of love and encouragement with other people, especially our loved ones. But sometimes it's just that person that you happen to be shopping beside that needs a little kind word. And so as you travel through this week, we are knowing for you loving relationships and the ability to be able to look into the mirror or into the eyes of your most committed relationships and say, I give the best of me to you. I give the best of me to you.
And I give the best of me to you.
Yes, and I accept. Life is a joy.